Wow, it's already been a month with the iPhone 17 Pro, and I gotta tell you this, year over year, this is probably the biggest upgrade with the Pro models that I have seen. And I've been using the Pro since the iPhone 13 Pro model. Now, I want to start things off with design and build. After a month of daily use, the aluminum body still feels as solid as it was on day one. That's to be expected. Now, I know there's a lot of backlash of Apple switching from titanium to aluminum. Look, I personally like it. I don't have any discoloring on my 17 Pro. I use a case, I use a screen protector. Case is right here, a screen protector. So I'm all set. Like I do my best to make sure my phone is protected, and I use it carefully as well. Now, I also do love the display quality, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But what Apple calls Ceramic Shield 2 essentially is offering better resistance to cracking and scratching and things like that. But I also, like I said, since I use a screen protector, I haven't seen any of scratches or cracks or anything like that. And I plan to keep it like that throughout my duration of using my iPhone 17 Pro, as well as my other devices too. Now, with this camera plateau, it's either you really like it or you really don't. And the only reason why I like it is because it gives the iPhone a new look. Also with this glass piece right here, so it can help with MagSafe charging. Is this my ideal design? No, it's not, but I still like it. And we've had the old Pro design essentially since the iPhone 11 Pro, since 2019. So it was time for a subtle change, and we did get that with the 17 series. I'm happy that I went with deep blue. You've probably seen a lot of different people talking about how silver is the best color, how cosmic orange is. And for me, it's deep blue. It essentially is a preference. Like, I really like the deep blue. It's the closest that we have right now to a space black iPhone 17 Pro, which I hope Apple one day does release. Maybe it'll be like a spring 2026 color. I don't know. But I really do like it. And I've also seen that people who have the cosmic orange, at least, they got to be a little bit more careful because of that wear and tear with the colorization of their 17 Pro or Pro Max. Now, this is a tad bit chunkier than last year's model, but that's fine. It has a physically larger battery, which I'm going to get to later in the video, because that's a huge plus, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Overall, I really do like this. Apple kind of shifted away from like the elegant Pro design to a more industrial Pro design, and I am all for it. I mean, it still is really premium, but I think they took that elegant design and just integrated it into the iPhone Air, which I am still planning to pick up and review here on the channel. So stay tuned and kind of stay patient as, you know, I'm getting all of this other content out the door first so I can leave room for the iPhone Air, but that's going to be coming at some point in the future, so stay tuned. But overall, I'm really happy with this design. This display also is phenomenal. It gets super duper bright outdoors, and it's everything that, you know, you get from an iPhone display. Great colors, great blacks, all the good stuff, 120 hertz Pro motion. Like, you really can't go wrong with this display. And it's the smaller Pro model. It's not the Pro Max, so it's a 6.3 inch display. And I talk about it in all my videos, how I personally prefer having a smaller, more compact Pro flagship rather than the larger, even though the Pro Max would give me better battery life. I still like having a smaller compact flagship. So that's just me, but I really like the quality of this display on the 17 Pro. Also, before I make my way into performance and software, I kind of want to talk about the anti-reflective coating. It does its job. Like, it's all right. It definitely is, you know, it's still there. And comparing it to the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which I actually don't have right by my side, that one's better. The S25 Ultra's coating is much, much better, but it's nice to see that Apple has implemented it throughout their entire iPhone 17 lineup. So I guess next year we can look for even a better coating. I hope it happens, because it really is something that I do appreciate. Now let's get into the software and the performance, because with the 17 Pro, finally, I haven't noticed any overheating. I've had one instance where it got warm, but it wasn't to the point where like I had to stop using my phone, which would happen with my iPhone 16 Pro consistently. And that was, again, when I was on a FaceTime call and I had another app open in the background, it got a tad bit warm, but it did not get in the way of me using my 17 Pro. The A19 Pro chip built inside with its new thermal design, which has a vapor cooling chamber, finally, it's been delivering smooth and sustained performance even under heavy use. I have been using this non-stop, like to its core. Everything I've thrown at it, it has tackled with ease. Absolutely love it. And a lot of these apps that you see on my home screen are the ones I'm using every single day. I am using ChatGPT. I am using Grok, because those two apps essentially are a huge help to my business, and I would highly recommend to make use of these features. I also recently got Meta AI because I got the Ray-Ban Metas Gen 2. They're also great. I play Pokemon TCG Pocket. I use my Ultra Human Ring Air. Again, links for all of these will be in the description down below, like my case and things like that. And again, social media, finance, shopping, photo and videos. Like I'm using Canva here, Adobe Lightroom. I'm using CapCut here and there. So like I'm still using a lot of these apps very heavily. I've been playing Clash of Clans, Call of Duty Mobile on here. So I've been throwing everything at it nonstop, and it has been performing like a champ. Now, iOS 26, it feels refined. Now, since I've used the beta, I'm used to it already, but I'll tell you this, I haven't encountered any bugs or any like slowdowns like I had with my 16 Pro. And I know that was the beta, and I did use the stable version for a couple days until I got my 17 Pro. But I'll tell you this, with past iOS iterations like iOS 18 and 17 on my past iPhone devices, I've always had bugs or issues. So far, so good. No problems yet, and I hope it stays that way. Now, if you are just looking to get the best of the best, and if you want to get into the content space and you just want a powerful device, go with the iPhone 17 Pro or Pro Max. Well, you can argue that the iPhone 17 will also get the job done, which I also stand by that too. I would argue it as well. But if you just want that extra power, just a little bit more when you're gaming, you're editing videos or photos, you want to run multiple apps at the same time, because this also does have 12 gigs of RAM on board. This phone is going to tackle everything at ease. It's going to remain cool and responsive. You're not going to notice any major slowdowns. Well, I say you're not going to, because I haven't, so I hope that one would not. And those that I know who have gotten a 17 Pro or Pro Max, they have not noticed. My family and friends, they have gotten the 17 Pros and Pro Maxes, mainly Pro Max, but so far, they haven't noticed any issues or letdowns whatsoever, which is a huge plus. So long term, I think this chipset and just the experience will last a long time throughout its duration, 5, 6, 7 years. Now let's get into the camera experience. This is where I like to talk about, making content and just starting a YouTube channel specifically, but also if you want to start other, platforms, if you want to get on Instagram and make reels or TikToks, whatever the case may be, this is a great device to do so. And if you have this device in hand, in your pocket, and you're still contemplating on, how am I going to start YouTube? I need this, I need that. You have everything right here. You have the camera system, you have the microphone system, you have the apps built all into one. It's a great device to do so. Now, getting into the quality, I absolutely love it. It's a triple 40 megapixel camera system. The main ultra wide and telephoto lenses are all 48 megapixels, so switching from one to another is seamless. You won't notice any transition whatsoever. The telephoto zoom quality is great. Now you're getting up to 8x optical zoom, which is awesome. Low light is also great. It delivers really clean and rich images. There's less noise than previous iterations. There's better color balance. Now there is also for video features like ProRes RAW, Apple Lock 2, Gen Lock. They're all great tools to start making content. Like if you want to get into that content space, again, you get those really nice tools here with the 17 Pro. Now the front-facing camera also got a huge upgrade if you ask me. It's 18 megapixels now with center stage, and the thing that I love about it, it's obviously great for like FaceTime calls, but also, again, making content. So let's say I want to take a selfie. I can pretty much take a selfie using the front-facing camera without switching, how I hold the phone. Now I don't need to worry about that at all. For video, you have dual capture mode. So if we go into dual capture right here, again, this is great, I think, for making content specifically like this. If you want to show your talk to the camera while you're talking about a product as well, you can showcase the product as well as people seeing your your reaction or anything like that. I think dual capture is a great tool to make content as well. But the camera experience so far has been awesome, as with every iPhone that I have used. Huge plus in the camera department. The battery life is probably like the biggest improvement with the 17 Pro in my use case. 1 month in, the battery has held up really well. Moderate to heavy usage days, I'm getting around like 35-40% of battery. That is really, really good. Just for a Pro model, not even a Pro Max, that is very good. 6+ hours of screen on time. Like some days I can push it over 6 hours. Again, it depends on how much I use it. And in that month, there has been a couple days where I push it to its extreme, where I did get less than about like 40% at the end of the day, more at like 25 to 30, but I'm really pushing it at that point. But for the most part, like just the average, I'm getting around 40% of battery, obviously, because I'm working and things like that. So I'm not on my phone 24/7, but when I am using it for pretty heavy tasks. There hasn't really been any battery drains either. The standby time is also very good. Fast charging, again, is here. If you have the 40-watt adapter, you get about 50% in about 20 minutes. But for the most part, 90% of the time, I am using MagSafe charging. And that's like when I'm going to bed, or like if I'm at work and I just have, my phone just propped up on its, MagSafe. I'm all set to go. Like I don't need to rush about having my phone charged while I'm at work, or the only time I'm using USB-C is if I'm in my car, which already does charge super fast too. So like essentially I don't need to worry about battery life, but in the case I do, I know it's going to be very reliable. But it's been great in terms of lasting all day, in terms of charging speeds, in terms of standby time. Like it's really been good. You won't lose like 10% of battery overnight. At the most, you lose maybe 2% overnight. But again, for most times, like I charge it. A couple times I didn't. Most times I do though. And it's definitely been great. And if this is good, the Pro Max is definitely going to be better. But just to wrap things up, my final thoughts about the iPhone 17 Pro after 1 month. It's the most refined iPhone yet. Obviously, that does make sense, right? I mean, it's the latest iPhone on the market. But I think it's the biggest year-over-year improvement that we've gotten with the Pro models in quite some time. Strong design, polished performance, top-tier camera, excellent real-world battery life. I mean, yes, it's not going to be without compromise. There is that premium price. There is, having the size being a little bit thicker than its predecessor. But after a month of regular use, I feel confident recommending it for users who want a really high-end experience, who want to get into the content game. If you're a power user, if you're just, again, maybe, or you're already someone who's making content, you're going to be someone who keeps your phone for 3+ years, this is going to be a very, very good phone. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. Definitely be sure to check the links in the description down below for my latest wallpaper bag right here. It's called Vintage Flourish, as well as things like the case that I'm using from Thinborn, or if you want to check out this band that I recently got for my Apple Watch Ultra. It's really great. It's like 15-16 bucks, maybe not too much. And yeah, obviously these are products that I'm using all day, every single day. But stay tuned to the channel. Lots of content is coming really soon, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.